This week on The American Athlete.
Hey, I'm Bethany Hamilton, and this is The American Athlete. Oh yeah, the ocean is always calling, and that's why I live in Hawaii. For me, to become a surfer was kind of like automatic / like forced, almost like in the best way possible. Both my parents were avid surfers, and I have 2 older brothers, so all of us just grew up on the beach and playing in the ocean, and I just followed along in the family footsteps, and yeah, it became my own deep love and passion as well, though. I'm so blown away and in awe of the ocean because every day it's new. It's always like switching it up on you, and half of becoming good at it is just learning to read the ocean, which the ocean is so wild and like uncontainable. And so I think that's what's really amazing about surfing is you're always able to kind of have new experiences, yet you're always trying to like kind of master different waves and master different like maneuvers on waves, and it's always like fresh and exciting. In competitive surfing, it's very subjective to the judges, and there's so many different variables from the type of wave that you catch to the type of maneuvers you perform on that wave. So the judges are looking for very radical, progressive moves that you watch and it keeps you on your toes. But then at the same time, length of ride comes into play and variety of like the types of maneuvers you do. So yeah, surfing is just so much fun because you're an artist on the wave and you get to paint your own picture. I'd say the most crazy, intimidating session, like a lot of people would think Jaws or Pe'ahi, but I thought Chopu was like absolutely nuts. Like I got there and I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? But then at the same time, I'm like, let's go do this. It's like the 2 alter egos on one shoulder and like the go for it, and then like don't do it. And I was just like, oh my gosh. But just to be able to surf such incredible waves was, even for me, mind-blowing.
There was a time in Bethany's life when riding legendary waves was a far-off possibility. After surviving a shark attack as a teenager, she stayed positive and never lost her passion to surf.
Looking back on when I first lost my arm as a young girl just entering into my teen years and had the whole world ahead of me, and I definitely had a very confident approach to life, and I just knew that I was going to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish very confidently. And so when I lost my arm, I think some of that confidence could have been stripped from me, but not completely. And as soon as I started to get kind of like a ray of light of first I met a guy who had lost his leg and he learned how to surf with one leg, and he was like, yeah, I went out surfing this morning and I stood up with one arm and it's possible. And so I think being so young and resilient, I looked at, okay, I'm gonna at least try. Let's see if I can do this. And I didn't let my self-doubt get the best of me. And I'm so happy that I did, because surfing's been the main point of my life ever since then. Definitely there was a lot of things to overcome, and still are to this day. I mean, there's some sessions I can go out and have just a total shocker and come in really frustrated. But then there's other sessions I come in and feel like, wow, I feel like I'm the best surfer in the world today. I think when you face adversity in your sport or just life in general, just being able to find what is it that pushes me to keep moving forward, even though something may be kind of pushing down on me in my mind or physically, and surrounding yourself with people that are going to uplift you and push you forward. I think nowadays, to be the best, you've really gotta go at it every angle. So eating right, training hard, but doing a lot of prehab work rather than getting to the point of needing rehab. Or if you are recovering from an injury, from then on forever, you're always doing stuff to prevent injuries. So Unstoppable is a documentary story on my life, especially capturing my surf journey and like how that began, but then the adversity of overcoming the loss of my arm, venturing into motherhood and continually pushing myself. Many people know me as like the soul surfer, and I loved Soul Surfer, but Unstoppable is like just the real true me and like really captures my life as a whole, like the complete package. I didn't even plan on making the documentary, so to say. I just was like, Aaron lured me in, our film producer and director. He's like, let's go on surf trips. And I'm like, I'm there. But yeah, it's definitely tiring, especially after I had my first kid. It just like the whole element of being mom and like trying to find that balance of like when you're in the ocean, focusing on the ocean and what I'm doing. And then when you're on beach, like focusing on your kid and being mom and wife. So yeah, there's definitely like ups and downs in the filming process, but mostly like just awesome memories. Oh my gosh, it's so weird. Like, I'm not even 30 and I have like 2 films on my life, so it's definitely a bit bizarre. But yeah, I'm just excited to be able to share my journey because all of us go through tough times, and just having someone else, like, you know, someone hears my story and then they have something, bam, come into their own life and they're like, hey, if Bethany can do it, I can too. So I definitely want people to be able to live their version of Unstoppable.